Hello everyone! Today I thought I would go ahead and list 10 items that we used constantly within the first year of our having our baby. And they're not necessarily necessities, and not everything will probably work for you, but these were definitely items that I would suggest looking into or trying to see if maybe that you also like it. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the smaller items that I have. And yeah, the first one I would definitely suggest that most people I know like to use is this saline solution. When our daughter would get dry boogers a lot, and we would constantly have that bulb syringe trying to get the boogers out, and they would not come out, and so we would just squirt this in her nose a few times on both sides and wait a minute and then use it, and it would just come right out. It helped tremendously, and we still use it sometimes now if she's sick and she just has a booger that won't come out. Secondly would just be this forehead thermometer. This is so much easier than the armpit thermometer that the hospitals might give you, or that come in the little health kits. The armpit one is more accurate when they're a little smaller, but this is way better as they get bigger, in my opinion, because you can just easily go over their forehead and make sure they don't have a fever. Thirdly would be just a bedtime lotion. You don't have to use this brand, of course, but just having some kind of bedtime lotion that has a nice scent to it. I don't know what scent this is, but I think lavender. I think that's what it is. But just every night putting this lotion on her, having that like familiar scent that they only have on them at night, I think puts them in the mindset that like, okay, it's bedtime, it's time to go to bed, it's time to go to sleep. And it kind of helps put her to sleep for sure when we use that. And we still use that one today too. Fourth item I have is Aquaphor. I personally like Aquaphor for many reasons. We used it for if she's starting to get a diaper rash, if she already has the start of a diaper rash, if her lips were dry, if her ears would get very dry in the winter and very flaky, and would just put a little bit of this on right behind her ears, cleared it right up, like right away. And then when they're real little, their neck can get very stinky, and you have to really make sure it's washed well and make sure it's completely dry. But the only problem was that it would get very irritated, and of course if you put lotion on, it's just gonna make it worse, make the smell a lot worse. So I wouldn't suggest putting lotion on, but we would use Aquaphor, and it would keep her neck from being irritated at all, and no more problem with it smelling bad at all. Fifth item that I have would be just these cool teethers that you can put in the fridge or the refrigerator. We personally like to put them in the refrigerator so that it's a little more flexible instead of just frozen solid. The little one I liked for when she was smaller and teething. It was a lot easier for her to hold and put into her mouth. The bigger one though works fine now if she still wants to use it. Of course, you just have to be careful and make sure that when they do start getting teeth, that they don't puncture any holes inside of them, and because you don't want them to swallow any of that liquid or anything. that is all on the small items that I have. The bigger items I have, the first one would be the boppy. If you are breastfeeding, get a boppy. You need it. And I would definitely suggest like an actual boppy brand, because we also have like a smaller pillow that's a different brand, and the smaller one just doesn't work near as well as the actual boppy does. It's just nice to have baby up close to you and just have proper lift. This was actually the only thing I forgot when I went to the hospital to have her, and I regretted it so much because she nursed constantly in the hospital, and I had to constantly get pillows to prop her on my arm and to hold her, and she was so tiny and it was so difficult. So definitely get a boppy. Definitely take it to the hospital if you plan to nurse. My next item that we have is the humidifier. We just bought a new one, so that's why it's still in the box. But this was great in the winter when she's sick. We honestly just use it constantly at night anyways, no matter if she's sick or not, just to have that moisture in the air to help her breathe a little easier. And the one we have currently, I'm not sure if this one does, but the one we have right now has a light in it too, so it's nice to have it like have it on with the light, so it's an added like little night light that we can see her a little better and she's not so scared and in the complete dark. The next item I have is this co-sleeper that we would put in the middle of the bed, and she would just lay in this in between us when she was really little, and we liked it a lot, and we used it about every night so that she had her own space, but she was still right next to us in the bed. If you plan to co-sleep or you want to try co-sleeping, I would definitely suggest this. It's a lot safer, and you just want to have a little sheet to go on this pad that's in it, but we liked it a lot. It also has a little light. It doesn't have any batteries right now, but it has a little light that if in the middle of the night we needed to check on her, we could just reach over and press that and make sure she was fine. And then the next one that I have is just right here. I think it is called a Rock and Play, but this was amazing because our daughter would constantly need to be held, and this was the only thing I could put her in that she would be okay for a while and not be crying and wanting to be held right away. So this was great if I needed a break, if I needed to go to the bathroom or anything like that. This one specifically rocks itself. Some don't. I like the fact that it rocks itself. I don't have the part on it right now that does it, but I do have it put away in her closet. She definitely does not use this now, but the first like 6 months it was great. And she also doesn't use the co-sleeper anymore, of course, because she's way too big for that. The last item I don't have on me right now because it's on right now because she's taking a nap. It would be just a little fan so that you can have that on and have a constant noise and have the air circulating. You don't want the air to be completely still. I actually do like it better than a ceiling fan too, so that you can turn it away from her so that the cool air isn't blowing right on baby. The ceiling fan, you can't really do that. You would have to turn on low. And I like to have the fan kind of high, just not pointing towards her. Yeah, that is it. Those are the 10 top items to have within the first year of having baby for sure. Thank you for watching. I hope that you see something that helps, that you'll really like as well. And have a nice day. Bye.